Well, 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 if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Hi there, guys. I almost forgot to film a second part to this Skylanders review slash making my own Skylanders thing. Boy, am I glad I don't have another video due on Halloween about Persona 5 Strikers. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to film tomorrow. I'm filming this on the day it's posted, but I can't do that for the Strikers video, so bear with me. So, making my own Skylanders game. What I would like for a hypothetical Skylanders 7, the Return of the Kings. I don't know. So, basically, a story addressing the fact that it's been a few years since our last Skylanders game. Possibly saying that it hasn't been necessary until now. Chaos is still good. The evil advisor thing is literally just he does a plot, and the trainee Skylanders end up trying to defeat him. It would be a really nice way to make Imaginators canon, while also addressing superchargers, because unfortunately the two can't coexist. The two cannot coexist if they're going to be together. Unless you say evil advisor means I still get to do attempts at taking over the world for your Skylanders to beat. That would make the most sense as to why, and that sort of thing. It would also explain a lot due to the fact that Skylanders has been chill for about 7 years, so Chaos can simply say there haven't been new Skylanders. Have Chaos be the guy to introduce us to Skylands and be like, unfortunately, I need your help. I didn't before because, well, you were trying to defeat me doing my job. However, now, since I screwed up and accidentally unleashed something worse than the darkness, I need your help. So, break out the portal. Personally, as much as this is one of my favorite portals, and Crash the Skylands, please, if you want to sign my portal, I will ship this out to you. Like, that's something I didn't mention in my last video. I'm a huge fan of Crash the Skylands, and I'd love him to sign my Superchargers portal along with a few other people, but that's for another thing. However, what Skylanders are we going to encounter? Well, what if I told you we are going to encounter every single past gimmick along with one new one? So there'll be specific sections of each elemental type. So you know how Tech, Undead, and Earth all had land vehicles. Well, only one of those gets a land vehicle and a supercharger. Sky, Light, and Air. Sky. There's no sky element. Light, Air, and Light, Air, and Life all were sky, but only one of them gets an air vehicle. I would prefer another light vehicle rather than it being water, earth, and air getting the vehicles, but most likely they would do earth, air, and water for the 3 different vehicle types. However, if you have the other older vehicles, they work too. I personally would probably use the Crypt Crusher or the Dark Hot Streak, because I have the Dark Hot Streak and Dark Wildfire somewhere. My Skylanders, despite all being in bins are all around my room. Square-eyed Jack was right. They just get everywhere. And then every element would have a giant one swapper with each of the movement types, except for light and dark. Light and dark would not have a giant nor a swapper. However, light and dark would be the only ones with trap masters. Originally, I was like, oh, everything can have like 2 of each. And no. Light and dark are the only ones with trap masters. And then with those, you also get sensei figures in light and dark. Either new or returning. I personally would like new ones, but I know people like Blastertron and Hoodsicle. I think Hoodsickle's a dark element. I could be wrong. I haven't played. Like, this is my entire Sensei collection. Golden Queen, Kingpen, Bad Juju, and Tri-Tit. That's why I don't have a top 5 Senseis. I only own 4. The only reason why I haven't done a top 5 Superchargers is because I own Stealth Elf, Donkey Kong, Fiesta, Dark Spitfire. 4. Yeah. I could do a top 4, but that's not something I'm interested in. But I can do, like, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. And if you also release a couple cores, a couple reposes that are under different names and are very similar to the Superchargers. Because I liked that the Superchargers, even though they can't be used in older games, and that is unfortunate, give you a different way to play a character. Supershot Stealth Elf is one of my favorite Superchargers. She's not my favorite. I haven't played through all of them. Like, I haven't played Dark Spitfire. I got him when? It was one of the few years that I was working at my old job. And that was when the Wii U wasn't at my house. But yeah, so a Portal of Power as big as this. Not necessarily another Rift engine. I do think they're kind of cool, but having another Rift engine portal isn't advisable. Make it have a trap slot. Have a trap of each element. A single one. Have 10 trappable villains throughout the whole thing. And have traps for all of them. Have each one of the traps be a different type, so that they're all released. Imaginators, you get a crystal. So I'm thinking that's 4 figures of each type. Each character type, except for Light and Dark, which only have 3 so far, if you count traps. If you don't, that's still 2. But for the others, it's 3. Imaginators each count as a figure. You get 1 of each type. Each one has a different mold. Like, I know the Fire Reactor is kind of the poster child one. So just release this again. And don't necessarily release all the gimmicks in the starter set. You can have a couple different types if you want, but I think a regular starter set with a trap, an imagination crystal, and the new gimmick, which I will call elementals. These are some of the most powerful Skylanders, but only when used effectively. They are harder to master, but are on par with the senseis when you master them. So they can output a lot of power, but they take a lot of skill to learn. And some people might not like that. This is just something I'm coming up with off the top of my head, so it's not exactly the easiest. Other than that, the Portal of Power. I do think it should have a trap slot. I think it should be big, like the Rift Engine portal. With that as well, I think it should be compatible with every single game. Everyone, not needing your proprietary Trap Team portal to play Trap Team. That's the only reason I haven't. Seriously, I have it up there. It's not in its own case. I bought the disc only. It came with... Is it down here? This flimsy, or not flimsy, but just generic Blu-ray case. So, yeah. Release it for all current consoles. I don't think there's a need... And for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I almost said there wasn't a need for older consoles, but I was thinking only of the Wii U. So, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. I think that's what it's called. I haven't kept up with all the consoles. And Nintendo Switch. Now, with the Nintendo Switch version, you do not need to give a portal. You know why? Because in Imaginators you didn't need to. I don't own Imaginators on Switch. It's one of the worst decisions of my life that I did not buy it with some of my birthday money. I could have bought it for $5 at GameStop. Now it is over $100 for just the game itself. No case. No art. One of these days I'll get it, just not anytime soon. And I'll have all my Skylanders in it, finally, which will be nice. Other than that, the game should follow a simple storyline of Chaos was doing his job, being the evil advisor, I believe, of Skylanders Academy. And during one of his pretty much average jobs, it wasn't supposed to be anything special. It was just supposed to be, oh, I'm training these new Skylanders. They're called the Elementals. They can be good really well. They're really good, and like everyone's trained with them, and say when they keep it together, they're good. And then I accidentally released something through a portal. I was trying to use the portal to just sort of send the Skylanders your way, and while I was doing that, something came in. This hasn't happened before in Skylands, so everyone's freaking out. Like, the Skylanders that are left on Skylands, all of the NPCs, Eon's even freaking out, because this has never happened before. This isn't like the Darkness, where it's been released and pushed back before. This has literally never happened in Skylands before. And then everybody realizes the only way for something to come through is if a Portal Master sent it through. And Chaos didn't send anything towards him. So someone's messing with the portal system. Well, now you have somewhat of a clue. And the whole exploration element of this will be in the portals. Every single portal that you have will be shown off. So, like, the Rune portal will be shown, the Arch portal, the Traptanium and Rift Engine, all of those will be shown off. So they'll have them, and your missions will be to go in each, and there'll be, that's 5 portals. Don't tell me that the Imaginator's version of either the Arch or Rift Engine counts. So that's 5 portals. Usually Skylanders has anywhere from 10 to 20 levels, so I would say possibly split the difference, have 3 levels in each at 15, where you're inside of the portal. I don't exactly know what it's called. But basically, you're learning that while you're in there, someone's trying to send more stuff through. And you slowly learn that it's a portal master from back on Earth. A dark portal master. They became dark after losing contact with all the Skylanders. And they are angry at Skylands for taking away what they considered to be their only friends. They are bitter and angry. So if they can't have Skylanders, no one can. It's supposed to be a little tragic. And with that, you figure out the only way to stop them, really, is to... Why is my portal messed up? I never noticed that. What the heck? The only way to defeat them is to close the portal system. At least for the time being. The only portal that will work is this new portal. But since the Rift Engine portals are technically supposed to be able to break through the portal system, if that Dark Portal Master has a Rift Engine, well, you could be just making everyone a sitting duck. So, with what you do have, the new Portal of Power, which could be called the Egg Portal. I don't know. I don't have good names for any of this stuff. But the new portal can still go through. And then you learn that after you shut down the portal system, someone's still been able to send stuff through. So that means one of two things. Either one, they're using a Rift Engine to sort of break through the portal system and still launch an attack on Skylands, or two, they somehow have the same portal type as you. And the team has to wonder now, do we trust the portal master who's come back all this time, or are they the Dark Portal Master? And there's a level where you're locked out of Skylands and you're trying to send a figure through because you've found out who it is and they're bitter and angry, but since the crew doesn't trust you, they've shut off all portal access to Skylands. Well, now what? Then you realize you've done something similar before. You just needed a Rift Engine. So you take out one of the vehicles, one of the Rift Engine vehicles. Place it on your Portal of Power. Rift Engine override sequence activated. Please put on one Skylander. So you take, in this instance, I will use the one who started it all for me, Spyro. Place him on the portal. Skylander accepted. Please initiate rift breaking sequence. And you're driving through this massive portal. Hugo kept you safe during that. Even Flynn's screw-ups inside that portal were safe compared to this level. There are drop-off points. There are constant arcs of lightning. Well, you're on your own and you still broke through. Just in time, too. Because there's an attack on Skylands. And using their evil versions of your Skylanders, sort of mirroring the first game, where Chaos cloned your Skylander, well, cloned, Skylanders, and made shadow versions of them. That's what this Portal Master did. There's no real life behind them. There's just the anger and hatred. Well, now you have to fight back. No matter what you do, the solution for this may be just to close down Skylands. I want this story to basically be, if they have to not have another Skylanders game, make it so that this is the final goodbye. Still leave in room for like a sequel or something, but make it a final goodbye rather than what Imaginators was. Because Imaginator's story ended with, let me tell you a story by one of the ancients, which in theory could be the extra levels, so kind of left us on a cliffhanger. But no matter what, you are going to have a complete story with 15 levels. Let's say 3 of those are the adventure pack levels. And they're revisiting old favorites. I know Dragon's Peak was an old favorite, and you could have it redesigned so that it can include jumping mechanics, but is very similarly Dragon's Peak, a Chaos Cup, and Mirror of Mystery, say. And they're just the greatest hits, basically. And no matter what, I want this game to feel like it could be the final game, but if it's not, it will not detract from the story. Is this game possible? Technically, yes. Everything is possible. Is it probable? No. Honestly, with what is going on right now with Skylanders, Toys for Bob, Activision, Vicarious Visions, and they're focusing on Call of Duty Vanguard, I think it's called. They're focusing on that. That's fine. They don't have to revisit Toys for Life. They're making bank with Ring of Heroes and Call of Duty and all that. This is just a fan's wish fulfillment, basically. And I know what I said doesn't go for every fan. Some fans think that Imaginators is a perfect story end. Some people say Superchargers comes after Imaginators. That's personally what I think. Like, Imaginators was part of the Spyro's Adventure. It's part of the Skylanders Academy timeline versus Superchargers, which is the end of an era. So after all that, we come back to the figures. I know Mr. Incredible is not one of the figures. We come back to the figures. That's the whole point of Toys for Life. And unless we have a big install base, I don't think we're gonna have any figure Toys to Life soon. Because, like, Starlink, and I'm gonna flex a little, I have the Nintendo Switch version with the R-Wing and Star Fox. Starlink kinda showed us what happens when you try to hybridize. And it's not good. Do miss this game, though. I should re-download it. Well, I should re-put it in my system, but that's for another day. Other than that, I don't think there's much we can do. That's the issue. A lot of it will be we have to wait. Or we can make different levels to put in the 3DS games. Or some people are amazing and have done stuff with online emulation. So, can we do more? Yes. As long as it's legal. And that's the sticking point. Activision owns every right to Skylanders. So, unless they allow us to release those that aren't just free, your hard work may be for nothing. So, no matter what my idea is, unless you directly take it, Activision, feel free to take it. I just want to voice a character or something. Just a small role, even. I don't have to voice a Skylander. I could be a one-time NPC. You never see that NPC again. I would love to do that, but yeah. I've been Kidneys the Myth. I'm signing out, but not off. We're revisiting Skylanders. I'm actually going to hybridize this channel to be part SkyTuber. I know I've done a lot compared to Skylanders, 2 videos. I know I've done some stuff with Skylanders and some stuff with Bakugan. I think I'm still going to do some more stuff like that, but with the Bakugan, it's been kind of slow because of where I live. I've got the Elemental Fenica, I've got Diamond stuff, so a lot of this will be just hybrid stuff, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Skylanders for a little bit. Persona 5 Royal, I can't promise that. Persona 5 Strikers review on Halloween. I should be recording the video tomorrow, Friday, the 29th, if you're watching this later, or if I post this on Friday the 29th for some reason. I tend not to edit these more due to the fact that I do not have editing software. However, I hope this is good content for you. I am trying out some new stuff. There's going to be some more possibly live streams being done on here. Good stuff in the future, but I'm going to be Skylanders focused for a little bit, just to see how it feels. These 2 videos that I've made feel right. The Bakugan videos feel right. It's just been trying to get the motivation, getting the correct space, and all of that. So a lot of this has been more, I can't do it more due to the fact that it's harder to do it than anything. Glad to be back. Glad to hopefully be making more videos. Kidneys the Myth signing out. I'll see you guys later.